it's Dale here. Today I'm going to show you some of the work that I've done just for interest. It might inspire you to do something. When I go shopping, there's always lots and lots of enticing flowers to buy, and invariably I just take a photo, and these were some lovely, I think they're possibly ranunculus, but you can just tell me that I'll be wrong. Anyway, I brought the photo home and I decided to make a drawing. This is just some papers. Oh, it's the back of a magazine sheet, magazine page, and I did a little drawing on it. I used my oil pastels, and just to inspire me from this. And from that, I did some series of work. So I had used some papers that I had previously collected, and I don't always do this. Often I decorate them, colour them or stamp them or use stencils on them, but I haven't done that this time. But I did create a whole lot of different papers, which I cut up. This is a tissue paper which I have coloured, etc. And I put them on to represent, and I machine stitched them down. So that's my first vase of flowers. Then I took some more of the papers that I had, and I again used some different tissue paper that I had, different colours. I used wax crayons on the top to try and get the gold in the centre of the flowers, and I machine stitched that one down as well, just to make what I suppose a little vignette of some sort. Then I made a third one, and this time I went for much pinker ones to try and get closer to the pink that I had here instead of the other colour. So it's just developing from a whole lot of resources or bits of paper that you might have, and putting them down, stitching them up. This time I haven't actually stitched my line, which I usually do. And then I moved on to some fabrics that were in my stash, and I used different things that I had. So I put the fabrics down to try and get the same sort of thing, cut them and put them down again. As I said, I haven't coloured them in any way. And I used a piece of silk paper to make them for the base, and some velvet for the top to give the lushness of the flowers, and some pre-felt for the leaves. And then finally I went into a hand stitching one, and this is just I've taken sari ribbon and I've woven it, and I've hand stitched it all down for the background, just to still give the effect of writing and shapes and things like that. I've used a piece of velvet which I've stitched on, and I've done what I love to do most of anything. I've hand stitched Gimp in Marianne, that colour is, for the flowers, so it's just a different effect. So from there I could develop a whole lot more and do different ones, do some by colouring the papers and the fabrics beyond just the commercial fabrics that are there, because I very rarely do use commercial fabrics. But I hope that's given you a little idea of how I have developed one of my themes. I'm actually teaching a class with similar things like this at Geelong at the end of September. So there you are. I hope that's inspired you. Have a nice day. See you next time.